Hi, Jenna Marie of RIT. This is how I set up Panem at Circenses. I don't speak Latin, but this is how I set it up. And here's the secretary. And the first thing I would do is open it up there. And I have a couple little figurine guys. And, well, I will tape them for you. I put the one guy wrapped up in a rope right here laying in the water, kinda. And I put a little piece of tape behind this guy and his little watering can. And I press him up against the back here in case, I'm going to have him here when I deliver him, but I'm sure he'll slip off. And here's a little flower pot to make it look attractive. Okay, I'm going to take out this little hanger. Let's put it over here like that. Hang on, are you getting this? Let me see. Yeah. Then the lantern hangs right here. And my human hand, like this. And this is where it gets a little tricky, but again, if you have a piece of tape, maybe a little scotch tape or whatever, this piece of salt dough bread, believe it or not, a year old, still has not rotted. Sits up like that. All right. Now these are homemade country wines I made, and I made the labels for. And this is a wine bar. Now there'll be a little light here to turn on. Don't forget to turn on the light. And I set up the wine. I'll put a bottle here, okay? And I'll put some bottles in the back rack. I can't turn it, but there's a back rack, and I'll do that in part 2 of the video. So I would have one bottle there. And I'm going to pause for just a second. Okay, part 2. First of all, if you can drill a screw, a thin finishing screw, which will be included, into the floor, this will help with the balance of the thing so it's not going to fall over. I have a little pre-drilled hole right there. You can't see it, it's down at the bottom on one of the legs. It's the only one with a hole in it. And I've showed this before, and I had no problem. Everything stayed together for a whole month when it was drilled into the floor. Otherwise, you're going to have to just play balance, some sort of balance game. And in the worst case scenario, you can leave this the final part off, and that's up to you. And it depends. Anyway, here's some more wine. So I would lay the wine. One here. One here. And again, depending on the drilling and what you put up front to balance it, it could get a little hairy. I'm just going to right now put some, I don't have it drilled into my living room floor, so I'm going to just balance these, putting weights on the different sides. Okay. Is this going anywhere? No. Okay, finally, I have these 2 pieces of literature here, 2 printed printouts. One is a kind of like a tongue-in-cheek speech I made, and it's called My Speech to the Basement Glass of Wine, which is right here. And my great uncle's speech to the Assembly. He was the governor of New York State, Enos Troop, in 1828, and kind of juxtaposes my whole protest piece here with the wine bar and hydrofragging. Trying to show that today's political power is not quite the same as yesterday's. And I would just lay them sort of like this, and by all means they're for people in the show to pick one and read it and take it home with them, just to get an idea of themselves. Maybe I'll make a couple more printouts. So all this stuff will be delivered, and I'll show you the final piece add-on in just a second. Panem et Circenses. I like this one. I hope it gets in. Bye.